And so right at the end of the reading, I told her, I said, your dog in spirit is bringing up bones. And she was like, oh my God, he was in my dream last night too. I just remembered. And I was like, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. My name is Elisa Ace. I'm a spiritual medium, and I want to talk about what happened in my reading the other day, which was really cool, and then what happened to me the very next day. And this is all surrounding the topic of dream recall, being able to remember your dreams, because your family and your pets and spirit are with you all the time, but most of the time you just don't remember. So just the other day, I was giving a mediumship reading to a woman, and I was connecting to her dog in spirit. And right at the beginning of the reading, her dog told me that she visited her mom in a dream. And so when I asked her mom, is this correct? She said, yes. Soon after she crossed over, she visited me in a dream. The thing is, all throughout the reading, the dog in spirit kept telling me my symbol for dream visit, over and over again. And I was saying, why do you keep telling me this? You already told me, and I already asked your mom, she confirmed. So what is going on here? And so I asked her, are you somebody who can remember your dreams every night? And she was like, yeah, for the most part. And I said, okay, good. So it sounds like your dream recall is pretty strong. And I said, I think that you're probably going to be getting another dream visit. And when pets tell me that, it's usually within a week after my reading. A week we can have, sometimes in the next couple days after the reading. And I said, that's got to be what's going on here, because she's repeating my dream symbol over and over again. So I think you're going to be receiving another dream visit. So when we were towards the very end of the reading, I was telling my client, your dog is showing me her rolling in the sand, and she's talking about bones. And then all of a sudden my client was like, oh my gosh, she was in my dream last night and I totally forgot. And I just now remembered that when you started talking about the bones, because in the dream, I was giving her all these bones. And when she was alive, because of her medical condition, she wasn't allowed to have them. And in the dream, I wasn't worried about it. And so I gave her the bones, and she was so happy. She was like, oh, I would have never remembered that unless you would have mentioned the bones. And so that proves my point that I want to talk about right now. But before I do, so I don't forget, I want to let you know that she messaged me the day after the reading and told me, I just wanted to let you know that I dreamed about her again last night. So her dog in spirit visited in a dream the night before our reading and then the night of our reading, which is awesome. And then also the day after that, some of the pet readings I've been having has been making me think about my dog in spirit, Basil, my Yorkie in spirit. And so I was looking at his picture and I was crying a little bit and really missing him, even though he's been gone 10 years. And then last night, which was the day after what I just told you about, Basil came in my dream. So I just love it. So I personally know for a fact, because of many different things that I'll touch on in just a second, that we, all of us, are with our family members, our friends, our pets in spirit, like all the time. We just don't, most people don't remember. The memory is just like wiped the second that you wake up. And so that's why I'm always telling my clients to practice dream recall, because it's like a muscle, and the more you use it, the stronger it gets. Even if you consider yourself someone who's pretty good at remembering dreams, it doesn't hurt to do my dream recall technique to strengthen that dream recall, because she was totally unaware of that dream that she had the night before our reading. And that was exactly my point. And that was one of the reasons why her dog kept telling me, dream, 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 dream. Is because it wasn't just, she wasn't just trying to mention the dream that she visited in right after she crossed over. She was trying to get mom to remember that she was in her dreams just last night. And so our consciousness leaves our body every night during the deepest part of our sleep. And so we're leaving our body and we can go like to the astral realm, for example, which is the astral realm is where we can have visitations with those that have crossed over. So I've just been somebody who's been able to remember my dreams and my out of body travels. When I wake up in the morning, I don't know why, I just can naturally remember. I still practice dream recall though, because I want it to be as strong as possible. But I had this out of body experience in particular where I realized I was out of body. So I became very lucid, and it kind of feels like you're in real time when you're out of body. And so I was like, oh, I'm out of body. And the second that I was aware of that, my cat, my soul cat in spirit, Lotus, came rushing around a corner. And when he used to run when he was alive, he would go, he would make this little noise when he would run. And he did the same exact thing when we were out of body. And so he jumped in my lap. And when you're in the spirit realm, in the astral realm, you communicate telepathically. So he gave me this block of information telepathically. And well, first I looked at him and I was like, wait a minute. Am I with you more than I realize? And he was like, yes, we're together all the time. You just don't remember. And I was like, I knew it. So even my clients that tell me I've had no dream visits, I've had no signs from my loved one or my pet, when are they going to visit me in my dream? What did I do something wrong? I don't say it, but in my head, I'm like, you've probably been with your pet in spirit many times. You just don't remember. So it's really important to practice dream recall. I have another video about where I go totally in depth more about this subject. I will link it at the very end of the video at the top of the screen. But let me just quickly give you my dream recall technique. Okay. So as you're laying down to go to sleep at night, you just want to simply say, I intend to remember all my dreams. That's it. But even more importantly, when you wake up in the morning, and I mean the second that you're awake, before you grab your phone, before you sit up, before you rub your eyes, the second you're aware that you're awake, take 60 to 90 seconds. 90 seconds is better, but take a minimum of 60 seconds to allow any memories of last night's dream to come back to you. Don't try to force it though. Don't have any resistance. And if you do this little technique, every night and every morning, you will be shocked in 2-3 weeks at what starts to come back to you, because it is like a muscle and it gets stronger the more that you use it. And intention is everything in this universe. Intention is very powerful. So unfortunately, there are several things that can affect people's ability to remember their dreams. So chronic stress, a bad diet, 420, alcohol, eating a lot of processed sugar, especially if you eat it late at night, prescription medications, stress, all these things that unfortunately really have a negative impact on dream recall. But intention is very powerful. So don't underestimate the power of intention, and definitely use this technique if you want a much better chance at remembering your dream visits or full-blown out-of-body visits with your pets or people in spirit. And I think it's really important to at least quickly touch on the fact that it's very, very helpful with your dream recall. The more you meditate, the better care you take of yourself, the more you work on your mindfulness, being present in your life and not just being zoned out like a zombie all day long on screens. And I get it, screens are a part of our life, but the more you include mindfulness in your life, clean eating, fruit is queen. So clean eating, just taking good care of yourself, your mental and emotional self-care, the better your dream recall is going to be, and the more amazing your dreams are going to be, and the better likelihood you have of actually leaving your body. And don't forget that you can also teach yourself astral projection. So conscious, intentional, out-of-body travel. You can also teach yourself that during the day. So you can literally sit down and through different techniques or through meditation, you can leave your body while you're awake through meditation during the day. I have a whole video that teaches you how to do it. So I guess that will be the other video that I link at the top of the screen at the very end of the video. So you've got choices here. You're not just victim to, I hope one time I get a dream visit and I sure hope I remember. You have more power than that. You're underestimating yourself because you are a spiritual being. You have a lot of spiritual power. As long as you're aware of that and you set your intentions and you have a little bit of information on how to harness that. And that's why I'm here helping you. There's been several times in my readings where the person or the pet in spirit will tell me that they have visited in a dream, and then I'll ask my client and they'll say, no, hasn't happened yet. And I'm thinking, yes, it has. You just don't remember. But then they start thinking about it, right? They start like, well, hold on. Let me try to think. I have insomnia though, and I can't really remember my dreams, or I'm taking this antidepressant or whatever, and it's affected my ability to remember my dreams, or I smoke a lot of, and so I can't remember my dreams. And so, but the second they start like, wanting it and thinking about it, contemplating about it, and putting their intention out there, they'll message me back a couple days later or a week later saying, oh my God, I had a full-blown, out-of-body visitation, or I had an amazing dream with my pet. And that makes me so happy. So just remember that things are not always as they seem. So even if you think that you've never had a visitation with your loved one, I can almost guarantee you have, you just don't remember it. I have another great example. It's too much to go into, so I guess I'll link a third video at the end of this video. Let me just give you the really, really short story. I was doing a meditation to connect to my dog in spirit, and I started crying because I felt him there. So it's a meditation where you're calling your pet to you through your heart center, through your heart chakra, because your heart chakra has a very powerful electromagnetic field. So I did the meditation, I was crying, it was late at night, so I turned it off, didn't even finish it, went to sleep, woke up in the morning, did my dream recall for about 60 seconds. The only thing that came back to me was just a couple of silly dreams, and I thought, nothing important. So I went to get up and start my day, and my intuition told me, sit back down and do another 60 seconds of dream recall. And I thought, okay. So I sat back down, did another 60 seconds, and that is when the memory came back to me that last night, the same night that I did the meditation with my dog. So intention, right? I had a full-blown out-of-body visitation with him. I was sitting in some car, and he's a little Yorkie, so I was holding him up in front of me and, going like this. It was a really, really good one, and I would have never remembered it. I just would have went about my life with never having the recollection of that visitation if I would not have sat back down and did another 60 seconds. And that's why I say 90 seconds is better than 60 seconds. So things are not always as they seem. I hope this video has helped you. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a comment below. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification. If you'd like to book a mediumship reading with me, which is done over Facebook video call, so we'll be looking at each other, then you can private message me on my Facebook mediumship page, which will be linked in the comments below. Also linked below in the comments will be my social medias. So I make short form content on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and that content does not go up on my YouTube. So definitely follow me on one of my socials or all three. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.